What's your favorite memory of not being a great inventory person?
Running to Target minutes before check-in for the dumbest things like coffee pods, toilet paper, things that you know guests are gonna need. And me, I was trying to be El Cheapo and only keep, as much as I need for each guest. And that was so dumb. That was not the way to hospitality. That was not the way to making money. I don't know what I was
It's actually
thinking.
more expensive that way.
It was so much more expensive. It was gas, it was time, it was anxiety, it was my turnover team being stressed out because they didn't have what they needed to get the job done.
So
don't make these mistakes.
In this video, we're going to go over tracking and inventory and how it does save you time and money.
One of the reasons I so wanted to work with Sarah in the beginning is because she had something dialed in that I did not, and it was her inventory par level. Sarah, tell everyone how you helped me be better.
I have an innate love of organizing, and if you don't, that's okay. You can learn this. We're going to give you the tools that you need to be in love with organizing, because organizing and being organized saves you time and money. So I maybe got my hands on Annette's closet and got a label maker out.
Oh my gosh, remember I really did have you come over and help me with my closet. That was one of our first days together.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I love organizing. And here's the...
Clutter is costly.
Is that your quip?
No, I just heard it somewhere in a book.
Well, it's true
I
though.
wrote it down.
Working in hotels and restaurants and just loving organizing to begin with, I loved par levels. I didn't know this, but not everyone knows what a par level is, so we're going to share it with you. And I didn't know the acronym. I totally Googled this before we shot this video, but I knew what a par level was. But PAR stands for Periodic Automatic Replenishment. Boom. You know what word you love in that acronym? Automatic. That is one thing you do want to make systematized. You want it to just happen. How do you do that? You build a system. So we got a list over here. We got ordering, tracking, and then review. And I'm going to give you the grace that I wish I would have given myself. When you just start out, if you don't know what your par level is, you just have to guess.
And you might make a few last minute trips, and that's okay. We're going to help you get better.
There's a lot of places to order from, a ton of places. But when it comes to like the bulk of what we order for our business, we recommend an Amazon business account. Get yourself an Amazon business account. It took me way too long to do it. And once I did it, I was like, why did I wait so long to get this account? It's great because especially if you have more than one property, whether you're co-hosting or you own multiples, it gives you the opportunity to put a PO in there. And the PO number, which I don't know what PO stands for. Purchase order. Thanks, Natty. You can put the name of your property in there or the address, the street it's on. It'll help you stay organized. And also, they have a whole ordering spreadsheet built in. So when we get later on in this video where I tell you to track what you order, Amazon's already kind of doing it for you, which is really wonderful. So you can get some great bulk pricing. So if you are lucky enough to have a larger storage area in your property, I recommend ordering in bulk, saving yourself some money via Amazon Business, and getting yourself off on the right foot for ordering. Fans of organizing, rejoice! Tracking is where you track all of your purchases and how it relates to your guest stays. This is my favorite part. Okay, so we have created, and we are going to share this with you, our supply level audit or your PAR tracking spreadsheet. It can be as detailed as you want it to, or it can be really simple. And I also recommend having this on your desktop, having this on your Google Drive is a great place to do it, but also print out a really elementary list of everything that's in your supply closet. Put it inside of your closet, on the side of your closet door, on the wall, in the basement. You can get fancy and put it in a picture frame with glass, get a dry erase marker, but just get a basic list, put it in your supply area, and then when you're down there doing your audit, you can see, oh, toilet paper, right now the PAR level is 10 packages. Sponges, I always want to have 30 sponges, whatever that is for you. If you have it there dialed in, and then on your phone, you can either bring up your spreadsheet or you can just have a real simple list. When you get home, you can then download it. But having a really elementary list in your closet is a great way to just not forget, because you're going to think you know your home, but I promise you, you'll forget things that are important for your 5-star reviews. So I like to organize by space. So I have a supply level audit of our supply closet, the kitchen, bathroom. We have what we call a forgot something basket. So you know how your short-term rental doesn't have a front desk, and sometimes guests get in late. Toothbrushes, earplugs, hygiene products, right? You have this little basket, forgot something. We have a par level for that. I have something that's called unique or misc, backup closet, bathroom, however you want to organize it. I would do it by category. And then you're going to have, where you get it from, obviously the item, where you get it from, so the vendor, whether it's Costco, Amazon, whatever works for you, how many it is it a single unit? Is it a package? Like, what do you say when you mean 10 packs, 10 single? And then your par. Par is you do not want to go below this number. If you start going below this number, this is where you're like Annette and you go get coffee. I'm calling her out. You go get coffee, 30 minutes before your guest arrives. You don't want to do that. So you can, before you get into, emergency zone, to replenish before that time is up. And then when you get really dialed in, you have audit days. Maybe it's every week. Maybe it's every 2 weeks. Maybe it's every month. Maybe it's every quarter, which quarter auditing is great because then you can just get, either a big truck, one big order from Amazon and disperse it, but whatever works for you. Here is what our supply level audit looks like. We have dates. When you have like the level, whether it's like if you put in, let's say your par level is 10 and you put in that you have 9, our spreadsheet will automatically say like, hey, you're getting low. You need to purchase these things from the various vendors. So having some sort of tracking system is a great way to get you ready to scale. Do you want to buy more properties? Do you want more properties to co-host? Do this with one, get good at it, get a system in place, and then plugging another house will be really easy peasy. Okay, so ordering and tracking.
We've got it down now.
But it means nothing.
Oh.
Unless you start reviewing it.
Right.
And by review, I mean like, how's it going? Have you made more trips to Target and the dollar store? Should you go more often? Should you tweak par levels? You always have to kind of go back and review.
Yep. Taking a look at it, week to week, it could be your team can do it, and then you can trust but verify and look over it. But one of the key components here to reviewing, this is where I need to do enlist Sarah's help. My supply closets were all over the house in each individual closet, and I had no organization. So all of this is kind of void if you don't have a way to organize and store all of these things that you're ordering.
One of our favorite things to say is, how you do anything is how you do everything. So you might think a locked off closet that only your turnover team sees, your co-host sees, or maybe it's just you, right? At first it's just you do all the things, that doesn't matter. But I promise you it will trickle down into when you start growing, scaling, getting better. If you hone in those practices now of being tidy and organized and having systems, it's going to be better for you in the long run.
So say it again. Clutter is costly.
Clutter is costly.
It's costly in your dollars and your time.
Yeah.
So you got to organize it. Once it's organized, label that stuff, or even just make sure you've got it dialed in, and it'll be so much easier for you to review and your team to review.
So I know there's going to be comments about this, and I'm okay with that because I feel strongly about this, but I am so certain that you need to sacrifice some space in your short-term rental for your storage because of the money and time it saves you, that I have sacrificed guest-facing closets for storage areas. Mm-hmm. And what I do, if I take a closet and I lock it off for our housekeeping team or for me or whatever, I then get a
rack. You make an alternative closet for the guest.
But the money and time I save by having a place where I can keep my stuff organized and tidy and have a system behind a closed door that a guest can't get into. It's not that they're going to, and I'll also get comments about this and I'm okay with it, but guests aren't thieves. Like more often than not. We've been doing this for
oh my gosh, yeah.
10
You leave that
years.
much coffee, you leave that much toilet paper. It doesn't
And then there's going to be
disappear.
someone that's going to say like, they take all my coffee. I don't know what's happening in your world because that has never happened to me. One time a guest took I had a whole jar of like laundry pods and they disappeared after a one night stay. But you know what? They needed it more than I did. So, I mean, how few that happens, it's worth keeping stock out for your guests to use. But going back to the point of that is, it is that important to have storage. And I know there are some pain points with people that don't have basements or a lot of closets in their properties. So do the math. It might make sense for you to rent a storage space or get a shed in your backyard or get creative, because when you can order in bulk, when you can stay organized and know where everything is.
And you can get creative. Maybe build your own closet. I've seen that done too.
Oh yeah, but it's worth it.